Alright, so this is my that part is a web IDE or compiler that helps you to write your Dart code and write them on real time. Alright, so as you can see, I have my main page here, my main function, sorry, and then I have my class. I have defined a class of friend with with variables name and age. So I've also created a constructor for these particular variables. Now, using the concept of mapping, I can create a list and then map it and change it from one form to another, but I would like to use this in a standard format so that any Dart or Flutter developer can actually understand this and make use of it wisely. Alright, so without saying much, I'm going to create a factory method, and this factory method will return the data format that I want for this particular class. Alright, so if you are not understanding or you are not getting the technical terms I'm using, then I think you have to go back and learn the Dart basics from basics, then from there you can move things up. Alright, so here I'm going to create a factory method. So this factory method is going to return, is going to first of all, it will take my class, which is friend, to take my class friend, then dot from map. So this is the from map is a method in that which would take a data or any form of data that you want and convert it to your desired format. So now in this particular data, I'm going to use the keyword map here, because this keyword actually allows you to use one form or to correlate one form of data to the other. Alright, so what I'm coming to do here is that I'm going to connect my strings to my values. Now the values are dynamic. The values are dynamic means it can be in any form. So I'm naming this particular data format as data, right? So now this data would have to return the format that I want. So now we'll take this, which will return something that I want. So now what I want is that I want the friend to return, but then to return the data in a different format. All right. Okay. So as I'm returning friend, then let me close this, and then now this friend particularly have data in it. So now I will now assign the data, which is the name, the first data type, and I will assign it to what the data here, the data that I'm taking here, then assign it to my desired format. So now I'm saying that whatever data that is coming, I'm receiving, I'm taking it the name as name in this friend class. All right, then I'm doing the same for age too. So this is how it's basically done. So now I've defined my fact from map method. So now I've defined this class, constructor, and also the factory method. So now let's see, I have a list or a document from my backend. So even as I've assumed that this is a data from the backend, I have to transform it into a list format. That's my desired format. My desire is to transform this data into a list format. Now my list format is this class. I want it to be in this format, which is a friend class. So to do that, I have to define my list. Now my list should have a type. That means this type should be a friend, because it's my desire to bring out a list of friends. But why friend, or why should I put this friend here? I place this friend here because this is a list and this is the type of list. So basically it's telling me that I'm returning list of friends or friend, this particular class. All right, so now let me just name this list of, okay, let me name it list. Okay, then assign it to what? Now for me to assign it to a new variable, it means I'm going to use this particular endpoint here, which is friends. So friends, then I'll use the method called map. So dot map, it is a method that is inbuilt. All right, so here this map is going to take something and then return something. So now this friend map takes in any format, so you can actually assign it to maybe E, X, or anything. But now let me assign it to data. So now this data must return something. So what are we returning? According to that, or according to the programming language, we must return something in this format. So now, since I want to use this class, it means I have to use a method from this class. So the method from this class is called from map. It is called from map. But before I can call this method, it means I have to have access to the class. So here I'll just name the class, which is friend dot. This dot will bring a from map, from map, and this from map also, as you can see, it's also a method that is defined. It takes in this format, and you see that this data here is also in this format. So I'll just put in the data that I want to return. Then here, all this, since it's a list, to list, and this list is also a built-in method, right? So now let's print the list and see whether our result will attain the result we perceived. So we are printing the list dot toString. Now as you can see, this toString is just to transform the list in this format, right? It's nothing difficult. So as you can see the result, we have now printed this in a list format. As you can see, this is a list. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this tutorial. If it helps you in any way, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and you won't miss out on the next tutorial. Thank you very much.